Yo, what's goody everybody? We're back with another anime Vanguards video, and today I'm gonna be showing y'all what Monarch Choy, the S rank fire dude, what he can do in some of the challenging game modes in AV. The story of me getting Monarch on him is very funny, you could say. You could call it fortunate, you can call it unfortunate, but I rolled Monarch on him in like 5 rerolls. I was just trying to get blitz, but just out of nowhere, I wasn't even recording it or I had my clips on because it was so random. At like nighttime, I got Monarch on him. It was crazy. But yeah, today I'm gonna be showing y'all what he can do. Is he meta? Is he mid with Monarch? And etc. But yeah, before we get into that, I want to say by the time I record this video and finish it and upload it, we will probably hit 3,000 subs. Right now I'm at like 4 subs away from 3K, but just to say it earlier, I want to thank y'all so much for 3,000 subscribers. It really does mean a lot. We've come a long way, and yeah, it's been crazy. Again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much for the support. And yeah, 4K is next, but let's stop the yapping. Let's get into the video. All right, so as you can see here, we have Monarch Choy Jung N. That's how the AV name is. We all know he's the S rank fire guy. Nobody ever knows his name, but anyways, we have a Monarch with all Z plus doing 16,000 every 4.8, 3.35k DPS. But before we start going into actual game modes and testing out his strengths, I want to first show y'all what he can do in general. So we'll go into a sandbox showing y'all what he's looking like damage wise and what his passives are like and all of that. So let's go in here and check him out. All right, so here we are in the sandbox, and as you can see, he's doing 16k. I already said the 16k every 4.8, but he has a small circle. Let me turn on the VFX if y'all haven't seen it. If y'all haven't seen his stats, or if y'all haven't even seen his VFX, I'm gonna just turn him on. He does like this little splash attack. It's single hit, so he's not really that good for starting. But before I get into like his passes, let me just show y'all what he does. Damage goes up, he turns into a thick line, 5.6 every 32. Let's look at the VFX real quick. This is a 3-hit, I think. The VFX are really cool for him. I actually like his VFX a lot. They're really nice. But yeah, 3-hit does really good damage. Keep upgrading him. He gets fire spheres, so it's a bigger circle, but it's unfortunately back to a single hit. So he kind of switches up. He goes from a single hit to a multi-hit to a single hit, and then his final move will also become a multi-hit. But yeah, as you can see, he's doing 100,000 damage every 4.8, 37 range, and this is a 3-hit attack. You can kind of see it kind of like skips. The attack skips 3 times, and it's like a little circle-ish, you know, rises up into the sky. That's really cool. And then max upgrade is doing 110,000 every 4 seconds. Now I do have King of the Ants. I do have the Barrow Familiar, which gives him a 4% extra damage increase for the fire elements, so he's doing a little bit more damage. But just in general, 27,000 DPS is kind of crazy for a 4 placement. So now let's look at the passives. Temperature control. Attacks apply intense burn, dealing 50% damage over 10 seconds. So in general, he would be doing around 55,000 damage in terms of burn. His burn has a lot of things into it, which I'm going to talk about, of course, going into the passives. Hitting an enemy already affected by intense burn increases damage by 10% up to 50% and refreshes the duration. So if you're attacking a boss, he will not stop burning. It's actually crazy. And the burn also gets increased in terms of damage, which is absolutely broken. But yeah, it does not stack though. It only refreshes. So you can't have multiple just keep upping the damage of the burn. However, having multiple just refreshes the duration, which is why he's really good for infinite mode, where you can have like 1 up here, 1 here, 1 over there, and then 1 over there. Just keep refreshing until the end. Now the reason you're gonna do that is a part of his last passive, which I'm gonna talk about obviously at the end. Master Fire. When attacking an enemy afflicted with intense burn, speed up the burn tick of intense burn by 50% for 3 seconds. So he just speeds up the burn, makes the burn do more damage theoretically because you don't have to wait as long. So really good. Infinite mana for each enemy currently affected by intense burn, increase range by 5% up to 40%. Additionally, when intense burn on an enemy expires, they receive an extra hit dealing damage equal to what the burn dealt. This extra hit does not reapply the intense burn. So long story short, after the burn expires, he does a little kaboom, which is absolutely broken, which is also why you want to place, if you don't have Monarch on him, you want to place multiple all over the map for that burn to just keep getting applied to the boss, for example, for infinite. And then all of that burn combined on the enemy, I've seen it do like 4 million damage, which is crazy. It's actually crazy. But for that to happen, you're gonna want to place 4, and you're gonna want it to go all the way to the map. Now with Planet Namek, for example, the map is a lot longer than, you know, other maps. So realistically, you might be doing like 2-3 mil, maybe 4 mil. I don't know the exact stats for how much he does. All I know is he's gonna do a lot of damage if you have the burn. Just keep getting reapplied to him, and it's just really broken. So you might be wondering, he's good with 4 placements, right? So So how is he with Monarch? Now I've learned that if you delete and replace Choy on the boss, for example, because that final passive is mainly used for the boss, unless the game mode you're doing is like super hard. Even the normal enemies have as much health as an actual boss. So 99% of the time it's gonna be on a boss. So you're gonna want to, if you have Monarch, you want to place him down, let him do as much burn as he can until he gets out of the range, and then you want to delete him, replace him, spam upgrade him, and make sure he's attacking the boss as fast as possible, because you have 10 seconds but lesser time if you have the second passive available, which basically makes the burn tick faster, which is kind of good when you have the unit placed down, but if you're replacing him, it's not good. You're just gonna want to do that until he goes to the end of the road, which is basically just like a longer, more tedious way of how you would make him if he was a 4 placement, because the intense burn will stay on the boss even if the unit is there or not there. The one thing though is if you have the intense burn on and the 10 seconds is gone and you're gonna do the little kaboom at the end, the unit has to be placed down. You can't delete them and expect the burn bomb to apply to the enemy. You have to have Choy on the ground for the bomb to go off. And he's also not immune to status ailments, which also does suck, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, that's the gist of what Choy can do with Monarch. Now we're gonna go see what he can do in some of the harder game modes in AV. All right, so the first thing we're gonna try out is of course the newest game mode that came into the game, which is dungeons. Now I'm not expecting him to solo the whole game mode, mainly because, well, you know, he's not immune to status ailments, so he will probably get stunned a lot, and because he's only 1 placement, it's gonna be hard to keep track of all those different tracks. But you know, I'm trying to see how far he can get by himself. Obviously I'm gonna bring farms. It's gonna be the lineup I'm gonna bring. Choy, the both farms. I would bring a buff, but since he's already doing 4x the damage in this stage anyways, I don't feel like I need the buff. So yeah, we're gonna go in here, try him out, see how far we can get into the rifts, and let's see how far he goes. All right, so Exterminator, start the game. I had to refresh it once because it didn't have Exterminator, so let's place him down real quick. And the one thing about Exterminator is I'm not gonna be able to plug the spawns, so I'm going to have to somehow manage all of these multiple tracks with this dude. And on final placement, he has a thick line, not full AoE, but he does attack really quick, and his range does get increased a lot. I'm probably gonna be only choosing buffs. I'm not choosing no difficulty enhancers or anything, because I don't think I can risk it. This might be one of the hardest things I've had to do, because you know, instead of having multiple units to have, I'm gonna have to delete this dude, place him down somewhere else, place him down again, bada bing bada boom. Shields might be the hardest thing. I don't think there's shields though in this game mode, so that's really good because it's single hit and small circle on placement, so I guess that's good. But yeah, I'll probably cut back to if anything interesting happens, or once I max out Choy in, and give like a little update on how he's doing. So yeah. Okay, we died. I don't think Exterminator might be the right modifier. Money Surge, honestly, I think Money Surge might be good because well, I think money is probably the most important thing. So let me try with Money Surge. Okay, let's see how it goes. Having Money Surge might help a lot with me having to replace them and delete them and all that, with the extra leaks happening. So I guess we'll see. Wow, I forgot how quickly the amount of density of enemies come through in this game mode. I haven't played this in a good minute because I haven't had the need to, but wow, yeah, it gets really tricky really fast. So yeah, I'll give an update on how it goes. Yeah, it's game over. Yeah, wave 5, that's how far we got to go. He's doing 160k. It's just the fact that his AoEs are just not good, and you know, he's not really that good until he gets his line, which then he's cool, but then he's also a 6-second SPA, so that doesn't help, and his range is kind of mid. Yeah, wave 5 though, that's how far we got. I guess that's far he can go by himself with Monarch. If we had more placements, it probably would have been easier with the modifier, but I want to see how far he can go with just Monarch, and well, the results, he could not go that far. But the next thing we're gonna try out is the Steel Ball Run raid. Now, even though this raid is really old, however, its difficulty is still as hard as it was, mainly because of the muscle dudes, the flex dudes, where they basically take like 80% less damage, which is so broken. I don't know why it's in the game. I would try Act 5, but I feel like Act 4 should be good enough. I don't think Act 5 is something we can do. We're gonna try Act 4, see if he can defeat it. I think he could, maybe, I don't know, like a very harsh if. I know for a fact he could not defeat the dungeons, but with this one I feel like he could do it, mainly because, you know, there's less enemies, there's less tracks, and he obviously does a lot of damage. It's just the fact that he's not immune kind of does suck in the situation. But this is the guys I was talking about where they have the muscle, like you can see they take like no damage. Look at that, 0 damage. They take absolutely no damage, and that is exactly why this might suck. Like, I'm not looking forward to it. Like, he's just not budging in damage. I don't know what this is. He's doing 1 tick. I think he's doing 1 damage per tick. Oh my gosh. The muscle's gone now, I think. Okay, now he's doing, nope, never mind. He's not doing damage. Holy crap. We might be cooked. I have to like place here because this circle's kind of good. I just need his upgrades. Like his first upgrade sucks. He's so bad on placement. It's actually ridiculous. He can't even put a dent in these dudes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he's not doing no damage. I mean, I might have to just max out my farms, place him all the way in the back, see how good he does there. But like, I don't even know how much that'll help me. We're trying to complete it, not do a speed run. So it doesn't matter how long it takes me, as long as I can actually do it. So yeah, okay, he's killing them. Nice. Okay, they're finally taking damage for once. It probably would have been smarter if I placed him all the way back instead of risking it here. Because yeah, look at that. Like, look at that damage. They do like a little attack on this dude. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're gonna have to place all the way in the back. Okay, maybe here is good. Maybe this might be the spot. I don't think I can sell him, replace him again, because this is as far as he can go, and I feel like this area that he covers is really good. So I guess we'll have to see. He's doing 0 damage right now, which is great. Okay, now he's doing damage every 4.8. We need more attacks, bro. Come on. Yeah, he's not taking no damage. We might have to like risk a stock or something. I don't know. All right, there we go. Max upgrade. He's doing 0 damage every 4 seconds. That's some peak. That's some peak right there. Oh my goodness. Okay, so maxed out. Will he even put a dent in these dudes? I don't even know. Okay, there you go. He dies. Nice, nice, nice. There's nothing else I can do. Place them all the way in the back, maxed them out, and I don't think there's any other unit that can like avoid this is a status effect, right? Like if he was immune to status effects, he would not get 0 damage. I think. I don't know. Correct me in the comments. I don't know. This sucks. He is like 90% of the time he's just doing 0 damage. It's only one boss though. It's not Act 5 where there's 2 bosses, so I guess that's cool. I don't know. They're actually taking damage now. Maybe it's because the boss came out. That might be the reason why they're taking damage now. Maybe the boss before he was summoned was like doing the effects, but now that he's here, look at that. They're getting destroyed right now. Let's go. Okay, these guys are still taking less damage because I said they have like an 80% damage multiplier decrease, but he's attacking every 4 seconds with a 3-hit multi-hit, and they're taking crazy burn damage. It shouldn't be that bad, but there you go. Now we have finally gotten control of this area right here, and with the max range from his passive right here with his 3rd passive where he gains 40% range, he gets like 50 something range, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, we still have 4 of these. I'll probably start using these, make him stop moving. 913,000 HP. It shouldn't be that bad. Okay, now they're kind of leaking here. You know, it's getting kind of tough. They got 150,000 HP. So let's go ahead, put it to bosses real quick and see how this goes. There you go. He's taking a lot of damage. Wait a minute. This might be good. Wait a minute. If we do this, oh god, he just came back to life. Oh gosh. Oh, he's getting regened. Oh my god, he's getting super regened. Okay, stun him again. Do we have any more balls on the field? Let's see. We're doing a lot of damage though. We're doing a lot of damage. Oh, he's dead. He's dead. Okay, we killed the boss. Okay. Now the final part is the enemies, the benders. The burn killed him. Okay, we're doing it. Okay, I'm gonna sell, replace, put him like right here. I have enough to max out 1. Yeah, okay. This is the last mob on the field to kill, and there you go. Act 4 of the Steel Ball Run raid. Now I know it wasn't Act 5, but I just knew that Act 5 was just, I had a feeling that this dude cannot do Act 5. I was kind of shocked that he could even do Act 4. I had a good feeling he could, but I was still kind of like, could he do it? Can he not do it? But hey man, Choy proved me wrong, and he was actually able to complete Act 4 of the Steel Ball raid. All right, now the final challenge I'm gonna have for Choy is gonna be the tier 10 winter portals. Now you might be saying, why would you do tier 10 portals? They're so easy. Yes, if you have the 100% damage boost with the winter units having as a buff. You could say that Takarota's skin does count as like a 10% increase, which I'm not gonna count as much of a buff, but still, this is gonna be just Choy, no 100% buff, so it's gonna be much harder, and I'm really trying to test his limits, see how far he can go into it. I think he can beat it, but it's definitely gonna be like, it's not gonna be guaranteed. I genuinely don't know if he's gonna be able to beat it, but we'll see. Yeah, as you can see, I have a 10% increase in the portal, which isn't much, but still something. But you know, it's not gonna help my cause a lot. But let me just see what cosmic. It's cosmic, right? I think it is cosmic. So let's see. Cosmic enemy fire. Cosmic enemies and other enemies in the small radius are immune to status effects. Okay, I don't think burn counts as a status of, I mean it is. I don't think burn affects like the enemies. Yeah, okay, yeah, they don't take burn. Oh gosh, this might actually be tough. If they don't take burn, which is like one of the best parts of Choy, which being his burn, that's where most of his damage is, this might suck. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, we might have to lock in a little bit. Okay, I don't think this portal is doable for Choy, so let me go try another portal, because him not having his burn kind of just makes him not good. So yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of leaks, so let me just go try a different portal. Let me see how that goes. All right, so we're in another portal, and this one should have better elemental reactions, hopefully. Every fire attack, this enemy stuns units in a small radius for 4 seconds. It's better than blast, because this one, it stuns for 10 seconds, which is horrible, but you know, 4 seconds isn't that bad. I can live with it. But the radius is very small though. Like you can see, they're right here, but he's not not getting stunned, so that's pretty good. I think with this we should be able to do it, but it's a very big if, you know. So instead of me just yapping, rambling, I'm gonna just skip to when the boss spawns and see how the process is. Hopefully we can do it, but yeah, we'll see. Okay, so here's the first boss. He is stunning Choy so many times, it's actually ridiculous. We did let one enemy get by, and we're gonna let the second one go by too, but I feel like I had to do it because if I didn't, then I would not be able to do like this crazy crowd control that I have right now, where I'm just killing everybody in this line right here. And we're looking good right now. If the boss that spawns doesn't stun, then I think we should be set in terms of damage. But yeah, I'll see y'all once the boss is near Choy, and we'll see how he does against him. All right, so here we are. Doria is about to reach Choy's range, and honestly, up until now, Choy has been doing really good with crowd control, but at the end, the enemies were spawning with like 500k HP, and it was getting crazy. But I think this right here, this boss is about to show us what Choy's third passive can really do. Now, I don't remember what Doria does. I don't know if he summons. I don't think he does. I think Gyu's the one who summons. This guy just has crazy amounts of health, which is going to be tough. But as you can see, Choy is already destroying this dude's HP. Right now, Choy is doing crazy amount of damage. So I seldom replace him. Let's see what he's doing now. How much HP is he going to have? He's going to have, oh, he's going to have 2 mil. Okay, he's not going to have 4 mil. Still shouldn't be too bad. I mean, I want to kind of let him get by out of Choy's range to see if the burn bomb is going to kill him, one tap him. I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to see how that works. But needless to say, I think we can for sure say that Choy has absolutely crushed the tier 10s. His burn is just so broken. His burn is absolutely disgusting. But yeah, there it is. The tier 10 winter portal has been soloed by Choy, and that was actually, if you have the somewhat correct modifiers, I would say, then it is decently easy to get, and we got a present out of it too. Yeah, it did take 11 minutes, so it did take a little bit longer, but to be fair, I didn't have any of the multipliers on, and it was only 1 unit, so you know, I would call that a win personally. But yeah, I think that's about it for the video. I hope you guys did enjoy this Choy Monarch showcase. Let me know down in the comments what y'all think. Is he good with Monarch? Is he not good with Monarch? Me personally, I can't really complain. It was a free Monarch that I got in like 5 rerolls, so you know, this is a lot about getting Monarchs, man. If y'all have 5 rerolls, gamble. You never know, you could get that Monarch. Yeah, but in terms of Choy having Monarch, he's really good in my opinion. Like being a 4 replacement, still having crazy amount of damage with his burn being absolutely broken, he's definitely worth it. Just a couple problems with him. He's not immune to anything. His earlier damage and AoEs kind of suck. The moment you get to that flame dragon where it's a thick line with really good range, that's when he just starts dominating. He's so good once he gets that move. But in general, really good move. I'm actually really happy that I got him. I didn't have a fire Monarchs before, so I'm glad to have him. But yeah, in general, definitely a fun video. This was my first time testing his limits myself, so yeah, it was definitely a fun test. And yeah, that's about it. Hope you all have a great day or night wherever you are, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace.